Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tact and Diplomacy, episode 3. I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight. I've decided early. But before we go round and say hello to everyone, please check out our opening messages. These include all the places you can find us, interact with us, contact our community, and come and be a part of the family. The Discord especially is usually poppin'. Twitter has got like 15 tweets clicking off a day. Check them out. Also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing. Both of whom we're very grateful to because they make all of this possible. If you do have Twitter, we'd appreciate it if you retweeted the tweet to say we're live. Tell your friends that you're watching with us and bring them on in to enjoy some of this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sanity-based game, which brings me onto the warnings and content warnings and things. There is a sanity system in this game. Please check out the warning there. It's strongly inspired by psychopathy, but ultimately designed to suit the system in this game. You know, it can seem real at times, essentially. So, you know, watch out for it. Also, content warning. There's a whole bunch of things that you need to watch out for in this stream. Mania and insanity, obviously, having just spoke about those. Also, things like eating disorders, unwanted and unexpected emotions, gore, plague, and death to fit a medieval setting. This game plays with player agency to give emotional control over to me. So there's agency play as well. You might see us taking our headphones off a lot, which is us having little private talks with our brains. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's go this way around this time and say hello to Paige.
Hello, I am Paige, and I play Eleanor in this. We basically an intern of natural powers. We'll see how she goes this week. No, I'm really excited and also terrified, so it's going to be great.
Gonna be great. Next around, we have Mackenzie Lane.
Oh, hi. I'm Mackenzie Lane B on Twitter. You can call me Mac. I am the Academy Gremlin. You can find me here every Monday night. You can also find me Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. EST in the DM seat for Apotheosis. I also write things, so that's fun. You can check that out on my Twitter. It's super exciting. And I will be playing Kaiden Hale, our blacksmith apprentice, who really just kind of wants to be useful. Doesn't do the magic thing, doesn't do the hunting thing, doesn't do the reading thing. He tries.
And tries so hard.
In
the end, it doesn't even matter. Well, I went and checked, and you all have to scroll really, really far to find Mackenzie's DM's Guild thing. So there's a nice link for you there. Go and check it out. Mackenzie recently hit Copper bestseller. And it's only $3, so go and check it out.
Oh, and it deals with mental health, which is appropriate.
Very appropriate, yeah. So please do go and check out her work. Also, around next to Masochist. Kelly, because as I was thinking Masochist, I was typing Mackenzie and nearly did a Twitter shout out to Masochist. So hey, Kelly.
But accurate though.
It was because you said about the taking selfies during the content warnings, like.
I send them to Sam. Anyway, I'm Kelly. That's really everything you need to know about me right there. I play Eris. She's kind of our sassy, blunt member of the party, which is kind of like a self-insert, but we're not going to talk about it. I'm really excited to be here.
So you should be. You're amazing.
I write articles.
You do write articles for the Patreon. I am so shocked because you usually don't forget to mention that sort of thing. Like I'm usually like looking at Renee over in like Just Because You Can and going, "Hey, Renee also does this, everyone." You know, like I just did with Mackenzie. Lastly, but most certainly not leastly. Actually, before we say that, thanks Rockall RP for the raid. Welcome. That Kayla person. Oh hi. We're just getting started, everyone.
Oh, hi, everybody and raiders. I am that Kayla person. I do stuff on Twitter. That's about the only place you can find me. But, holy crap, I am so ready for this week. This character has been in my brain harder than I think any character in the last year has been. And I love it / hate it because I can't go to bed without thinking about this boy. Oh, and I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready.
I too am ready. So, we left last... Hang on a second, because this is one of the few games that I make notes for. We left last session as we were all heading to bed. As we are bedding down, Hope begins to remove her armor, ready for the cuddle puddle of warmth, and Eris takes first watch.
Oh, Kaiden needs helping Hope with her armor if possible. He would also need help with his armor.
Thank you, yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not really good at a lot of things, but this I can do.
Yeah, no, I should be fine. If you could just undo the straps right down the back there, that'd be great.
I got that. Can you get mine when I'm done?
Of course, yeah.
Thank you. I'll help and do it. It's pretty sturdy armor you got here. Where'd you get it?
The guild.
Which guild? I mean, I wasn't aware verticals had guilds.
No, not many do. I'm part of a travelers guild.
Oh, fancy that.
You know, makes things easier on the way. Certain places will recognize you and give you discounts and that sort of thing. Handy.
I used to travel a bit with myself with the army, so I mean, I get it. Lucky you didn't have to use it today, though.
Let's not say that too soon, shall we?
Well, I mean, I'd keep a dagger close by anyways, so, you know, if anything happens. Oh. I mean... Anyways, I'm not taking until second watch, so I can join you in the pile.
What with you being second watch? Do you want me to undo your armor?
I'd say, can you get the main piece off? I'll keep some of the shoulder pieces on.
Aye, alright.
Not going to be comfortable. If you're doing the whole warmth thing, it might just be easier.
That's true. And she begins to unlace Kaiden's chest plate.
Cool. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the whole thing?
What we're here for. No time to sit and get sentimental about it. Just need to get north and figure out what's causing all these problems.
I will put my hand on her left shoulder. Give it a good squeeze. Well, help you sleep well tonight. We'll probably need it in the morning.
Your hands are freezing.
Oh, sorry.
You mountain lot. I hope I'm not bringing all the warmth to this party. She looks at Eleanor as well, like half accusingly. Also looks at Reese, who I believe took themselves off to the corner last episode.
Yeah.
I come a wee bit closer and I give you a little bit of a sample, maybe.
She comes across and takes your hand. She's like, "Oh, you're much warmer," and I'm cuddling up next to this one.
All right then, fair enough. Eleanor, if you don't mind, Kaiden's gonna actually like grab like your forearm just to see like how much the difference is.
Yeah, and Eleanor feels quite warm. It's almost as though, while everyone else was trundling around in the cold, they were sitting next to a fire all day.
Right, what the? You're running really hot.
I guess so.
Sure, you're alright.
Is Eleanor alright? Is she like normally this hot?
well.
Why don't I have a quick conversation with Eleanor? Please remove headphones. Eleanor, do you remember how you felt about Hope on the first time? First time you saw her?
Yeah. Eleanor felt really like cautious. Not immediately accusatory, maybe like mentally, but something off.
Yeah. She seems friendly enough. The way that she's, bubbly, wants to cuddle up to you and stuff like that. But you noticed as she was going around the camp that she wasn't shaken by the bodies at all. Didn't even seem concerned. Like, she looked more interesting in finding out what happened than anything else, which I guess is her job, but very little compassion there.
It's a little cold of her. Yeah.
She talks about being, about warmth, wanting warmth and bringing warmth to the party, but also, it's clear that Reese is uncomfortable.
Like in general, or just right now?
In general, but there's specific things you've noticed. First, that the bodies and the blood greatly disturbed him. Second, that obviously you saw him turn away as soon as Hope began to remove her armor, which is an obvious sign. But also you saw him wince a few times when Kaiden was helping her.
Okay. Noted.
Not only that, though, you may have noticed that he's acting a little more cautious around Kaiden in general.
Do I know... I'm trying to remember to do this. Do I know that...
One of our party can lip read if anyone in chat is wondering why we're doing this.
Do I know the relationship history between Kaiden and Reese?
Reese
Do
is
I know
always...
if they know each other?
Kaiden came to the village and seemed helpful enough once the blacksmith saved him. But literally, he was a military man that arrived one day, his armor missing, he'd been stabbed and branded on the shoulder. No one really knows what the brand means, but he has been helpful enough, helps the blacksmith, Reese has always been distant from the village anyway, but when you try and think of times that they've been together and try and recall how they act around each other, you can't really remember them ever doing it.
Okay. I feel like Eleanor seeing this and knowing Reese longer would maybe kind of start to shy a little bit away from Kaiden. Not so openly or rejecting him as a part of the group, but maybe just she's kind of stuck with Hope and Kaiden and doesn't really trust either right now a little bit.
It's surprisingly the Magiant Eris, although it was very strange how she just picked up that strange device out of that body and just started cleaning it without even a second concern. She followed you to make sure you were safe without a second thought, and so far you're feeling good about her.
I might have a friend.
Any questions?
No, a lot of conflicting feelings.
Good.
Okay.
Are we ready to go back?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we didn't pick any of you out. We talked about all of you. Or did we?
That's comforting.
We have no way of actually verifying that, so, sure, yeah, I trust you.
Not until the end, anyway.
We are binging this show at the end.
Right.
I feel like I might lose friends when that happens. Okay. She settles down next to Eleanor. Reese is still in What does Reese wear?
Cloak, big fuzzy cloak, kind of this sort of heavier, like thicker flannel and leather underneath, and regular slacks and boots and everything. But as he gets ready, he'll probably take off his cloak and kind of sit there gripping it in his hands a bit.
Hope looks up at you and says, "That cloak could be mighty useful."
Yeah, if you want it. And he kind of holds it out to her.
Aren't you going to join us?
I mean, if there's room.
I mean, the more the merrier. More the worse.
Well, Kaiden's going on second watch, so Kaiden, you might as well go on the end, and Reese, you can come in here by me.
Sure. I have third anyway.
Well, that's
You
alright,
gotta-
because when Kaiden leaves, Kaiden can go to the other end, leaving you on your end. Oh, that means I'll be on the end at the end. Oh no, because Kaiden come back down next to me. No, Eris!
Right.
Eris, you can come in as well.
I can just leave you the cloak too.
What, and freeze to death? I'd rather not lose you. You're the best mountaineer here.
Thanks. And he'll kind of get over and walk rather awkwardly for such a big guy. He's kind of like slumped over as he walks over.
He's just laying
joins-
down.
He joins, lays down, but is like stiff.
Oof.
Reese, if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's all right.
No, I want to.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
It's fine.
And you
Alright,
know,
I'll
you might take your other side. You're real warm.
My other side, or
Yeah,
Oh.
yours.
all right. Not had this many people want to do the Osog cuddle before.
Like, I'd rather not freeze to death.
This is like marching order, but for sleeping.
I feel like while all these negotiations are going on, like while all this like is going on, Eris is just like sitting, like keeping an eye out like the front door, eating some snacks that she took from Eleanor. Like, it's just like, okay. Like,
I guess I'm not taking a watch, eh?
Unless you
It's all-
want it, but
I don't think there's need for all of us to go for a watch. How long are we going to be sleeping? 6 hours? 8 hours?
we get up.
Pretty much.
I'd like to make use of my day.
8 hours?
Yeah. And that's a 2-hour watch for 4 of us. And Eleanor, I'm guessing you probably wore yourself out doing whatever you were doing in the circle earlier. So if you want to take the extra sleep, might as well.
I won't say no.
Eris, if anything happens, give a shout.
Oh, I'll start screaming already.
It was more out of the comfort than like actually making sure you're gonna do it. I figured.
Oh,
And if no one else would like to have any private conversations or anything, I would like to wind forward to the morning. You all take watch. There's, no signs of any creatures. There's a little sound of movement in the night on Reese's watch. There's just a small, a small, kind of like a cross between a pig and a smaller creature. It's a common game animal that you can pick up. It's kind of a bit like a nug from Dragon Age, like it just wanders into the
I think I know what you mean. It's been a hot minute since I played Dragon Age.
It's okay. We can still be friends.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can essentially there's a small creature that creeps into the village. That's the only thing that happens.
Fair enough. I'd try to kill it, but I don't want to leave everybody just behind. Unless I can shoot it from where I am.
You could try.
Alright. Why not? Fun times.
This will be a standard challenge.
With the bow?
Is that throwing and shooting or something like that?
Yeah, actually, I have one for that. 17.
It's an expert shot. Your arrow takes the small beast and you have dinner.
Breakfast. Bacon. Everybody has bacon. Everybody will wake up and he's just, like, he has the thing sitting not far from him. He hasn't cut into it yet, but he has it there.
Indeed. Hang on a second, let me just check something very quickly.
Oh shoot, we don't have a fire, that's right. We decided not to make a fire. I shot something and we're gonna eat it raw.
Cold meat.
I shot something and we're gonna eat it raw.
That's why. Okay, cool. I was just checking over our lines and veils because I remembered something. So, morning comes. Hope wakes, has her watch last, and wakes you all up. She's keen to get on the road. She wants to keep heading north.
I got breakfast for us if you want it. Neil gonna hold it up.
I don't think we've got time to cook or make a fire.
Right, should I help you back into your armor?
Yes, that'd be great, actually. She's already got it, like, halfway on, mostly.
Alright. Here, I'll need you to lace up mine. And I'm gonna lace yours up.
Mm-hmm. And she'll lace up yours, too.
Thank you. Alright, everyone sleep well. Nothing happened.
I think we can walk and talk. We need to get past a bridge. I think.
You think?
Well, you're the expert, right? But I believe it's called Broran. Is it Broran's Cross? Up near Aelwyd Soch. Broran's Pass.
Is it?
Yeah, you all.
Yeah.
Some, especially Reese might know of it, but like no one's been there for years.
I guess so. That's what you really think we gotta get going.
I'd like to make it there today, if possible. I don't know how your Sit village has fared so well so far, but I fear that it's only a matter of time until, you know, the Fiondas are attacking everywhere. It was only 10 years ago they were attacking Guider. Can you imagine if they attacked Ostabale? Or even moved into the Rise?
I mean, as much as speed seems to be important, I think we should move at least with enough caution to cover our tracks, given that there's somebody out here with us.
Agreed.
Probably several somebodies.
Agreed.
Not for me to take back. I can cover the tracks pretty well.
I'll take the front again, I guess.
This is your neck of the woods.
I'll go right to the middle.
Probably safest.
Just tell me if you see any more of those spirits again.
Aye.
Especially if they're leading us into another town like this one.
Oh, I hope they do.
Before we get going, Reese, may I have a moment?
Oh, okay.
Hi, Reese.
Hi. How are you?
Little brain check-in. You know how it is. So, last night, you removed yourself to the corner.
For a little bit. Mostly while they were eating. Even when Eris was going on her watch and eating at the same time, it was difficult. But he had to like put himself in like a whole other mental mind state. And it didn't, I mean, it helped as well with the fact that there is another guy undressing a person that he's really attracted to.
And you heard the whole thing.
Watched the whole thing.
Watched the whole thing? Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lingering sore spot that he didn't say something sooner.
But you know, maybe it'd be alright. Maybe. If you just knew something about Kaiden's past.
I mean, how much of the dream that I had was actual real?
How do you mean?
Last time when he had that dream, he knew that he had come to town, no armor, no nothing.
True.
That's all true.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you remember it vividly. You stopped by the smith. You used to stop by the smith a lot. It's happened less since Kaiden's been there. But, this guy appears one day. No armor. Deep stab wound. Something burned on his shoulder, like a brand.
Okay.
No armor, no weapons, despite saying he was military. You never seen him. And you were in a lot of, you know, you didn't get one platoon and stick with them the whole time. They used to mix you guys around. You do different watches. You knew pretty much every face by the time you'd done your 2 years.
Mm-hmm. There's a very kind of like real consideration in his mind of warning hope, but a hesitancy at the same time, because he doesn't want to be like that running tattle to like, this guy, you shouldn't really trust him, you know, that kind of sneaky bullshit. That's not his game.
He doesn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be that guy, essentially. But at the same time, he is considering it with how close they are getting it. He just doesn't like it. How did Hope seem when Kaiden was helping her? Or, yeah, Kaiden was helping disrobe, quote unquote.
She seemed very grateful. Happy. But not like, you know, it wasn't like the stories you've read where like they touch, meet eyes, and then, you know, they're suddenly infatuated with each other. Just grateful for the help. Happy, not happy with how cold his hands were.
Did she seem happy when I gave her the cloak that was warm from me wearing it all day?
Happy enough.
I'll take it.
Then you go to sleep, right?
Yep. Oh, do I have to roll another mental resist? No.
Please do.
Oh, fuck. Alright. I want to use one of my advantages on it so that I don't get crap again.
Okay.
I don't trust it. I keep getting bad rolls. I really feel like it's broken, and this will prove it. 3 is better.
I can tell you that it's not broken.
It's not broken, but that is also -1 3 times in a row for the mental
It
resist.
really is. But I was starting to think it was broken myself. But no, you genuinely have rolled a 2 3 times. Okay, so on a 3, you haven't even made an easy mental resistance check. As you lay down close to Hope, she, she'll arrange things so that you are close to her so she can feel your body warmth.
Mhm.
And soon sleep will take you.
Yep.
In your dream, you're outside again, in a pool of blood. The 2 bodies desiccated on the floor, torn open. Eris says maybe by a person. Suddenly, one sits up. Head turns towards you. It opens its mouth, but instead of talking, its tongue lolls out onto its chest and spills down. Except that's not its tongue.
I don't even want to ask. What is it?
Small bugs. On its chest.
Do I know which one it is?
Did Eris tell you which one was which? Did she figure out which one was which?
I would assume if she had looked them over in the first place, yes.
I don't think she did.
You wouldn't.
I don't think she told you which one was which.
You wouldn't have looked for very long either.
It was the older person that sat up. What do you do?
In the dream,
Mhm.
probably be absolutely racked with terror and feel sick almost immediately.
To your left, you hear Eris. Okay, Reese, we can learn from this. You turn towards her?
Yeah, probably.
In her hands, she holds that pink fleshy thing that she removed from the corpse just yesterday.
Dude, I don't know what any of that is, do I?
It's just bits of body. You know enough about animals to know that it's probably an edible part.
Okay.
Hey, it's okay. Eleanor to the right.
This is so mean. This is so mean. He'll look at her.
She's dancing amongst these tainted ritual stones that seem to ooze blood. All we need to do is appease the spirits. Hey, it's okay. There's hope. Behind you.
Oh god, this is like really like. He'll look at her.
She looks normal. She walks towards you and places her hand on your chest.
Just normal.
Just normal. Okay. You've got this. At that moment, you feel terrific pain in your back. Piercing. The pain stabs into you. As you turn, you see Kaiden.
Fucking hell!
And as you see his face with that shifty little smirk on it, you wake up. Hope's hand rests on your chest. You can feel something under your back, causing you a little pain, like a stone or something.
He would have, like, cursed at it and chucked it away, but before that, is she, like, really, was, like, Hope, like, really asleep?
Really asleep?
He probably would have taken a minute just to, like, lay there and, like, kind of, like, hold her hand a little bit closer. And
She
just grip it there.
Smiles and, like, moves a little closer to you. And feel the warmth of her chest against your arm.
He feels a little bit better after that.
And that will be the sequence of events that you remember as you walk. Do you have any questions?
Hope doesn't give any look of, like, recognition from the night before, of knowing that he was like, no. Yeah.
It hasn't given you any visible signs of anything.
Fuck. Okay.
You would have gone back to sleep. 'Cause, you had third watch, right? So.
Yep.
You might have been just about falling asleep when Kaiden comes and wakes you. And takes your place next to her.
Son of a bitch. I might have left the rock there.
Any questions?
No. Besides the one about her, like, remembering it, no.
Do we get everyone back then?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Why don't we take some kind of tracking check or something for our journey north?
Yes. The tracking. There's the good rolls every time.
There they are. There they are.
Every time.
So, Reese strikes an excellent path. It's like your path has been marked out by an experienced hiker that's marking out a hiking track. The terrain is made standard for all of you. Can we please have feats or movement checks to get through this terrain? Reese, on that as well, you'll be able to point out to everyone tracks heading north, made recently.
What size? What kind of tracks? Oh, Kaiden. Oh, Kaiden.
Kaiden tries. I don't know what else to say.
Human
I'm
tracks.
sorry.
At one point during this march, Kaiden slips and like slides down this slope. Kaiden, your armor becomes wet, soggy, full of like mud, and you're a mess.
Player.
Alienor, also has a harsh time of it. What's Alienor's garb again? Is it like a dress like yours or a robe or?
It is a dress with like leather overpiece, just for like basic protection.
Yeah. So at one point you're crossing like a small stream, and that's when Alienor falls. And as you're getting into this mountain cold, you can feel the cold of your dress like freezing against your legs, sticking to your skin.
Hi, holy shite!
Are you alright there? Ah, God.
I guess so. I'm a little bit damp, they would say.
Help. You're not the only one.
Right? I'm alright. It'll be great.
Alright, well, we might have to get a fire going tonight. That I off. Both us.
Reese,
Yeah.
the tracks are very recent.
And you said they were
They're
human?
They're human-sized tracks.
Human-sized
Recent.
tracks. You can see as it gets colder up here, and you can see the snowfall. These are since the last snowfall. They haven't even been disturbed yet.
Are they going the same direction as us or against us?
Both.
Both? Like, so multiple people or just one?
Looks like one, but you can see two paths. It's like someone has followed their own tracks back on themselves.
Someone's being tricky around here. Keep your eyes out. We might have other people around this area. You don't want to scare them and get hurt.
All right.
As...
Yeah.
Go on. Carry on, sorry.
Reese, how much farther is this this whole Baron's Pass business?
Yes, DM, how far is this?
You're making very good progress. Like I say, with that tracking check, it's a very quick and reasonably easy route, so you can make good time. Good time. It takes most of the day, though. We're probably getting to around 8 hours of traveling so far. You'll all be feeling tired. But then,
While
as
longer
we
to go.
come around a rocky outcrop, high up now, you've elevated over these hours, you see the remains of a bridge. Broken. Across a ravine. Stones fallen all the way down. Standing near the bridge is a figure with black hair and a black outfit. And why don't we introduce Cash to this little foray?
Oh, hello.
Cash,
What should I say?
before we get to greetings, I would like to request a private moment with Cash.
Oh my gosh, my
Already?
first
Wow.
private moment. Wow.
Hey, Renee.
Hey, sup?
Sup. So, one of the party can read lips. So, best to cover your mouth for these if you start talking about anyone or hiding behind the mic.
I'll talk down here.
Perfect. You left the village yesterday.
I did.
Headed north through the woods back to the bridge, which you crossed on the way back. As you got there, it was getting towards early morning, mid-morning. You saw a group, an unusual group of assorted animals, and one person. Every one of them disfigured, every one of them wearing helmets or masks that covered their faces.
Huh.
Some of them with claws, that oppose themselves. Others with 6 claws, like a bear. Some that look like wolves. All of them looking dark of nature, like shadows. As they go to cross the bridge, the large bear-shaped creature in particular causes the bridge to shake and rattle. The bridge collapses on them, and all but the human-shaped one fall.
What do they do?
They stand there for a long moment. Too long. Longer than anyone would. Even a scientist taking notes. Or a magiantist, sorry. They turn back. For a moment, you think they are looking at you. But they go off further up the mountain on a section of path which is not marked. What do you do?
Well, I'm drawing everything first. And I think I don't think I'm ready for this. I feel like I'm still learning and gathering, so I wait until I feel they're a safe distance away. And I do step out and try to follow them a bit. I don't let it take me too far from my path, but priorities.
So you can see that the path they have taken is extremely rough hiking. Like, you thought it was pretty bad in the mountains on the way up here, but this is like almost a cliff face that they have climbed. Icy, snowy. You could follow. There's a high chance you may fall. There's a high chance that you might not be able to take the same path to get back.
No, I will not follow. That is a deterrent enough for me.
So it's getting later in the day. You've spent a lot of time drawing, I imagine. Probably a couple of hours. Is that accurate?
Yeah, definitely sat down, like just sat down in the middle of the road to sketch out these creatures, these suspicious creatures. And sat there sketching until I feel like it is accurate. Correct.
Yeah, so the human in particular, the way that they turned back, you managed to get a really good look at their head. It almost looked like a full plate helmet, but you couldn't, like normally with those sort of helmets where the face is open, you can, you know, see the face underneath, but it's almost like the face had become one with the helmet, and like these strange, like almost goat's horns, but blackened and more gnarled, not symmetrical, hanged from its head.
So there's definitely like full body images of all of these creatures, right? But then also detailed drawings that actually show their features.
Okay. My last question for you is a DM question, because I haven't asked you outside of the game. Does Cashel tend towards rational thought or instinctual thought?
Rational.
Good to know, thank you. After a few hours of drawing, your ears pick up a twig breaking somewhere nearby. I'm ready to bring back the others if you are, because that's who you see.
I am.
As you were... Oh, no, hang on, wait for page. Okay, keep an eye on Zoom, because it looks a little stop motion. It might have just been one of us. But I had problems with it earlier, so I'm a little caught. As you approach this figure, dressed in all black, you can see that they are sitting on the ground, doing something. It looks like it certainly involves tools of some sort. They're maybe doing something for a ritual or something like that. You might have seen Demorphin or people like that doing something like this. As you approach, Kaiden, with that wonderful roll, you step on a large twig. It makes a loud crack sound. And Rene, why don't you describe Keshel and how they react?
So there's like a very slow turn of the head as Keshel just looks up from what they're doing to see this party approaching. They have long black hair. It is not the cleanest in the world. It's pretty matted and maybe not even brushed. They have a high collared cloak and goggles around their neck, as well as a number of belts lining their cloak, and several things, hard to tell exactly what they are, hang from them. They look like they're different bags, pouches, vials, etc., hanging from these belts on this long black cloak that just kind of pools around them as they sit literally just cross-legged on the ground.
Does Eris recognize any of these tools and things?
We'll have a private chat in a moment.
Okay.
Same with Eleanor. You saying it might be Demorphin-like.
We can have a private chat in a moment. Okay, so how do we want to react? Do you guys want to react like with each other first, or do you want to have private moments first and then react?
Oof.
I don't know, I'm new.
I think it might be private moment might be better first all around, so we all have our context.
Okay, so we're going to go round the screen in this order, skipping over Rene. So we'll go Kayla, Eris, Kaiden, Eleanor. So when I tap the headphones, we'll just change to the next person rather than everyone putting on their headphones, and then at the end we'll all put on our headphones.
And we're skipping me.
And we're skipping you, I'm afraid.
No, that's okay. I just need to remember. This is my first time doing this.
I know. How do you feel about, because you've been with us today in chat, like taking off your headphones as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been taking off my headphones for last week too. I didn't do it the first week.
Wait, what side are we starting on again?
We're starting with Kayla.
Kayla.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Have fun.
Everyone, I'm alone again.
Is that a Fiondas?
Shit, right? Right?
Like,
The fuck?
super creepy. Their hair looks like you've seen bushes that look better.
How old? Can I even tell?
It's difficult to say.
Fuck.
But if you had to guess, you would say, you know, youngish. You know, average age is like, what, maybe an old person gets to 35, 40. So they're probably less than 20, maybe over 20, just a little bit.
Okay, so around my age.
Ish. A decade's a long time in this era, but yes, around your age.
Does it seem like it's gonna attack us?
No.
No? Okay. Well, that's good, but holy shit.
How good are your eyes? Roll for me.
Oh, what am I rolling?
Good question.
Perception, survival, tracking.
Perception would work. Perception, yeah, that'd work.
Cool, because I got nothing in that. It doesn't matter, I rolled a 12.
You can see dark scratchings all over this strange tablet they're holding.
Okay.
You can't make out what they are from this distance, but...
So, something magic. Looks like a feral beast, if not a Fiondas. And it's just sitting there looking at us?
Sitting there looking at you.
Okay.
I suppose you all freeze as Kaiden, like, snaps the twig.
Oh, yeah. Already I'm annoyed with Kaiden. This is like another, just another notch in the belt. It's just
Have you done the T-Rex thing? Like, if I stay still?
Yeah. It's still, and also the mom karate chop where, when they stop the car too fast and they karate chop the person beside them to, like, hold them back. He, like, puts his arm out to stop the people behind him.
Yeah, it would have been Hope right behind you who walks into your arm.
Yeah. Definitely, like, keeping her back and being like, that is not natural, whatever it is.
So I think the emotions we're feeling here are creeped out,
hesitant,
scared.
Yeah, it's kind of like, maybe not a bear, but, meeting any kind of wild animal in the woods where you're just, like, tense and testing the situation to figure out if you need to run or you need to fight. Because he's done that a lot.
Okay. Are you ready to go to the next person? Do you have any questions?
Nah, I think I'm good. Alright.
Oh, hi, Eris. Creepy introduction, but you recognize Magientist tools when you see them. In fact, sitting at her belt, I think you might be muted if you just talked. In fact,
Yeah.
Sitting at her belt, you definitely see one of the tubes that you took from one of the bodies yesterday.
Oh. Can I tell what she's trying to do or what they're trying to do right now?
They are not really doing anything. You can give me a perception roll.
Is my observation skill okay?
Yeah, if you would like. Okay. You can see they are drawing. They are drawing monsters. Strange looking beasts. There's close-up details of like some strange goat-horned masked face with contorted features. And lots of smaller sketches of different kinds of animals that just look wrong. Some look kind of like bears, some look a bit like wolves, but they're all different shapes and they just don't look right. Some of them have like extra knees or broken bones or even bones protruding from their fur. It looks creepy.
Would I have seen images of this like this before? Maybe in stories?
Not like this, but you recognize the style of drawing. Some are side on, some are face on, some are at a slight angle.
So they're anatomical sketches.
Like a Magientist would draw.
Do I get any... Like, does this person send up any warning flags, like, for me personally? Like...
Eris, They look metal as fuck.
It's not necessarily a bad thing in Eris' opinion.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. They look awesome. Like, they look ready to throw down, but also must be quite clever because they're a magientist.
Okay. I think that's it. I don't have really any other questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, guide.
Hi.
What on earth is that?
It's nothing nothing I recognize, I suppose. Do I have to cover my mouth? I'm really bad at this.
Okay. So they turn and look towards you slowly. You feel embarrassed. You broke the twig. Just added up on top of yesterday's concerns as more things go wrong and there's less things that you can actually take an active participation in. You see Reese shoot you a look. Scornful.
I don't like not feeling like I'm not useful. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at being useful for people. That's always what I've been good at, just being useful, and it hurts not being able to do anything and messing up constantly and embarrassing myself yesterday with not even being able to read. It sucks. It hurts.
You want to ask any questions about the new person or other people's reactions in chat? You see Reese's arm come out as soon as the twig breaks and stops Hope in her tracks behind him.
Does the new person look like they're holding any weapons or anything actively, or anything I would recognize as being harmful?
They at least have a long knife.
Like a dagger, or like the knives that I saw when I was exploring with Eris?
Why don't you make me a perception check?
It's not gonna go well.
Hard to say. They look armed though.
Okay.
They're also doing something. Like they're putting... You've caught them in the act of, like, putting something on the ground around them.
How does everyone else look at me when I break the twig?
You notice a scornful look from Reese. Eris doesn't seem to notice. Eris is transfixed on the new person. I'm yet to speak to Alienor.
Alright. Aiden's really embarrassed. I'm assuming the new person hasn't moved to make any offense?
Not yet.
Are they wearing armor?
Yeah, they're wearing dark clothing. Could be armor.
Doesn't look like the clothes of the Ophidians, though, I'm assuming.
No.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Then that's really it. Kaiden is filled with embarrassment and disappointment. So.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Hello, Eleanor.
Here we go.
Kaiden walking just behind you. You hear the twig snap and turn to see his face. They look crestfallen. You may have already noticed yesterday and last night that Kaiden was kind of looking a little... maybe restless is the wrong word. You know that look of a person who's trying to figure out exactly what they should be doing? That's what Kaiden looked like yesterday. They just didn't look like they really knew what they were doing or what was going on at any given time. And I would like that you immediately begin to feel empathy for them.
Yeah, that's a feeling that Eleanor feels like all the time. It's kind of her constant mood, being the Morthans, student.
Yeah. So, you do see this person, though, ahead.
Do they look like they're going to kill us?
I mean, difficult to say, but, if hope triggered your they're up to something alarm, this person's triggering your oh my god, they're freaky alarm. Like,
okay.
Wow.
What are they doing? I mean, why are they next to a collapsed bridge?
Give me a perception check. Hey.
Ooh.
Hey, that's not bad. They're drawing. They're drawing pictures of what you can only assume are Fiondas. They're like, you see pictures of like bears that look wrong, wolves that look wrong, even a humanoid with like this skull style mask that has ram goat horns sticking out the side, and but they're not symmetrical, and their face is sort of contorted and pushing out almost as though it's part of the mask, and even the animals look wrong as well. Some look like they've got extra knees or joints, others look like bones are pushing through the skin, and the general feeling you get from them is just pain, even though these are just drawings.
Is this drawing on paper? Or in the dirt?
It looks to be on a notepad.
Oh, how fancy.
It seems they keep a logbook, bound with leather.
Okay. Any weapons or?
You can see that there is a blade at their hip. Could be, you know, a generic blade for using things, but could also be to defend themselves. It's slightly longer than a normal knife.
Okay, and you had mentioned tools upon first sight. Is that just drawing tools, or is that?
These don't look familiar to you. At first you thought it was sort of like they might have been sketching runes on the ground when you first walked up, because you could see them drawing, which is what set off your Demorphin alarm. But actually, now you get closer, you can see they've got little glass jars and tubes and metal coils and all sorts of strange things. You can also see at their hip there are some jars of whiskey and some small red cartridges.
Okay. Eleanor doesn't really know how to feel, so she puts her hand in her pocket and just kind of grips her the crystal river stone that she has. It's just kind of a comfort thing. She doesn't know what this person has or what they do. It's just, you know, she's been raised to be afraid of the unknown, and this is the unknown to her.
This is pretty unknown, yeah.
Yeah. But she kind of, if whoever's closest to her which I imagine would probably be Eris or Hope. If it's Eris, she kind of steps a little bit closer.
As you look at Eris, they look enthralled by this person.
Okay.
Not like magically, just like really intensely interested.
I just really like the way you said that. Alright, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe I'm not gonna die right now. We'll see.
You have any questions?
I guess the only question is there anything, like, am I seeing any of the smoke or anything around this bridge? Am I seeing anything that would lead that I could help with?
There are no Kamoke here. It's
Alright.
not numb. When you left the village, you felt the numbness leave.
Okay.
But also, there's nothing here at the minute. It's just like a normal day.
Okay, am I still feeling warm? It's something that's kind of stuck with Eleanor, that everyone else was like freezing and she was just like a toaster.
You spent several hours talking to fire spirits, and they left a
Okay.
little of their warmth with you as you sat amongst them.
Alright. I'm good then.
Okay.
Yeah, although I think I just look like I have a fake mustache I'm trying on whenever I cover my mouth.
You should draw one on. Draw one on for the future episodes. I think that I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep laughing. They'll just think we're laughing about them.
Yeah.
And then we could like mouth like one of their names really clearly, like Eris.
Oh no. I can't even keep a straight face.
Okay. Should we get them back?
I'll type it in.
I'm not sure how I feel about the complete laughter at the end, but okay. Let's go.
We were just having fun.
Back.
So, you see this person. Person?
Yes.
Person.
Don't move. I can smell fear.
And Eris is gonna like, hi.
What are you doing?
You're loud.
Yeah, I've been told that before.
No, all of you.
Oh.
There was a twig. It broke.
Kaiden just kind of kicks the twig behind him.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kaiden.
Looking sorry.
Oh, it's alright, Kaiden. I mean, I think I kind of bumped you a little bit on the way over. I think I kind of helped. That's alright.
Thanks, Elena. You really don't have to. I get it.
Wait, who
well-
are you?
Oh.
We're just traveling through this way. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just traveling through this way.
Are you sure?
It's gonna be one of those.
Well, I stopped to break.
Like back in that village?
Yeah. I braked there too.
I think you did more than break, didn't you?
I did some work.
Some Magiance work?
Yeah.
And you...
Magians.
And Eris will turn to the group and she'll say, I believe this is our blood stealer.
Ah,
Good. That makes me feel so much more comfortable.
Is she going after the Namarthans, do you think? And I will kind of like step behind Eris a little bit
I didn't like put the protective arm out in front of Eleanor to like remembering what they saw.
How do I look more peasanty?
How did he get
It's cocking its head. It's cocking its head. I don't trust it. Oh God.
If my guess is correct, you were just kind of capitalizing on an opportunity?
Cash like stands up abruptly and like walks over to Eris and just like looks her in the eye from one eye to another for a second.
And Eris would stare Cash back down.
I like you. You're smart.
Thanks. What, does that mean I was right?
Sure.
I don't think you killed those people, did you?
No life or death should go to waste.
But that means you know how to make the red kind. I can't remember what the word is. Flux.
Flux.
I got there.
You did. I'm very proud of you. Renee is very proud of you. Yeah.
Eris, what is going on?
There's different kinds of flux. You can use them to make different things, but I believe, as far as I'm aware, the kind you make from blood is used in weapons. What would you need that for, Cash?
Flux is needed for all sorts of things.
What are you doing with it?
Collecting it. For now.
Remember, it's I to request a private conversation. Everyone else, as you pull faces.
Wait, huh?
What?
Eris is in front of me, right? In Cadence to my side, I'm assuming.
Guided
Arm.
is shielding Eleanor so hard right now.
Eleanor is just gonna like grip the back of Eris's like, cloak and kind of lean up a little bit and go, Eris, should we really be talking to this one? They look like they eat something that kind of made them lose a little up here, They got the little tube sucker thing, and I don't really trust them, and I don't know what type of blood they're looking for, but if they're looking for my blood, I really don't want to be around them.
I imagine this is happening right here, and that Cash is still like this close to me.
I'm not looking for blood. I just found it. God.
Eris, as you are that close to Cashel, you see an insect crawl out of one of the more unkempt parts of their hair.
Okay. Well, you seem to know this area really well, then, if you've been around for a little while.
Eris.
Is there anything we should know? Because you seem to be really useful and know things.
She was sitting by a bridge.
Yeah, a bridge that we need to figure out how to get across.
Don't get killed.
Thanks for the tip. Any recommendations on how to do that? What were you doing?
Sketching them.
Them what?
Cash opens up their journal and pulls open a page, and this journal, all of the used pages are so worn that the journal barely shuts anymore. It's just all so thick and used. There are just a few blank pages at the end. A lot like that, yeah.
Oh, that's a good journal right there.
It's a good journal.
It's my diary.
Yeah. And opens it to these pages that show sketches of these mostly animalistic creatures. There's one sort of humanoid, and then there are others that are varying types of animals with claws, horns, these strange like mask helmet things that look like fused into their faces. They're very strange. Even though they're animalistic, they're also very wrong.
In a word, Fiondas.
Yes.
Right, I think we should be going right about now. It's nice meeting you.
Have you seen any of these? Eris is like fascinated by this person. Like she's not moving.
Yes.
Where?
The bridge fell.
Did you see them across the bridge?
No, they didn't make it that far.
Did you?
One survived. Well, didn't fall. I don't know if the others survived.
This is not making me feel any better. We should
the
go.
One that didn't, where'd the one that didn't fall go?
Cash just like points off this direction towards like a icy, craggy cliff.
Are we headed that way?
I wasn't. I don't recommend it. It's icy and slippery.
Is that where we're going, DM?
Not necessarily. You need to go across the bridge. This cliff stays on your side of the thing. Goes up to a peak. I mean,
This bridge is
you can if you want, but an option.
How about no? It's not an option.
I really need to get to the pass now, don't we?
Where are you headed?
Just kind of across the bridge and down the road. Don't really worry about it. It'll be great. Have a nice life.
Oh, that's convenient. I am too.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You can walk
I-
with us a ways.
Oh, can she, Eris?
Are you headed to Aeluisol?
Am I? Yes. Yes.
Oh,
You're new.
Hope.
You haven't said anything yet. Hope. Well, you're the first one who's told me their name.
Pleasure to meet you.
Aww.
You from Rise? By your outfit?
Where is that?
Northeast, where the Magians is.
Yes.
Looks that way. In Mavaragal.
Ah,
We're investigating the Fiondas attacks. You've already taken information. Think you might be useful?
That's what I said.
you could say I'm investigating too.
Seems like we have an ally. Looks at...
Enemy of our enemy is a friend.
He makes eye contact with each of you, except Eris. She doesn't bother with Eris.
New person has information. Eris want.
Cash like takes a strand of Eris's hair and just like looks at it and then drops it and says, "What was your name?"
Eris. Yours?
Looks back at Reese and yours.
Reese.
Caden, who's still holding Aelinor.
Kaiden, at your service.
Who's still an Aelinor who's still holding on to Eris.
Yeah, like lastly, Cash's eyes trail back to Aelinor. And
Eleanor, but can I ask you a quick question? We like to give a little survey to every new person who joins this party, you know. And,
Do you want my name? Because I was gonna say that.
oh yes, that's the first question on my, like, there's no paper, but I'm just kind of like pointing at my hand.
Yeah.
You spat Pepsi everywhere.
Casual.
All right, Cashel, so second question, what is your feeling about Demorthans?
They're fine.
All right, third question. Do you like to snuggle for heat?
That's the third question?
I got other questions, Grace. You just gotta give me...
Is she going to kill us in our sleep? You're going to ask her if she wants to snuggle?
Oh, good question. Are you gonna kill us in our sleep?
Oh.
All right. This seems like satisfactory answers. Hi, I'm Eleanor. Yet again, you're kind of nice. You're kind of weird, but kind of nice. I kind of like you a little bit. Releasing Eris's like coat a little bit.
Eris, did you take the journal to look at it?
Probably not, but she probably like watched like very, very carefully as you were flipping through it. She's like,
I think Cash will like flip back a few pages to where they took autopsy notes from the village you mentioned and just like show those pages to Eris as well.
is it clear that Cash is the one that removed the like organs and stuff from the people?
They have a drawing of like, the bodies clothed.
Diagrams, everything. It's like true autopsy diagrams of like, this is the body, this is the open body. These are the things I took out. Paige's face.
Are they talking about this like openly?
Well, just
no, they're just showing pages of
okay.
Why'd you do that?
I was trying to figure out what killed them.
The like big cuts give it away?
Yeah, the cuts were part of it, but it was more about like exact cause of death, anything I could learn about the source of it, and also anything I could learn that might be beneficial for future research.
Well, I think my traveling companions are maybe getting a little antsy about moving on. We wanted to get over the bridge, but we should keep talking.
Okay, well, the bridge is complicated, and Cash just like slowly turns back towards the bridge.
If anyone cares to look over the ravine, it's a long drop. I think if you were to drop a stone, you would count to about 5 or 8 before you hear a knock sound before it falls in a fast-moving river.
That's gonna be something to get over. How far across is it?
It's about 30 feet.
So I couldn't jump it, but...
Welcome, Party RPG. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Raiders, thank you for joining us. We do have certain warnings for this stream. Please take a moment to check out the content warning and our little thing about this in-game sanity system. There it is. But thank you so much for joining us. We love to have you.
Are there any trees nearby, precariously perched on the edge? No.
Not yet.
Are there any
Is there
trees?
one that if I were to cut it, it would fall just so, making a new bridge?
Give me some sort of survival style check. What have you got? You must be skilled in something like that.
Survival. Or natural environment.
Natural environment?
I prefer survival, but I'll take natural environment. 13.
There's a tree that looks like it might just about cut it. If it
Cut it.
it won't fall perfectly though. In fact, if you let it fall into the ravine, it would fall into the ravine. You'd have to cut it and then drag it.
Okay. But I don't have an axe. That's the shit part. I just have a claymore, which is gonna fuck up the sword, but, you know. Such is life.
Perhaps you might share it with your party, see if any of them have a hatchet or an axe.
I think I can solve our ravine problem, but, does anyone have a hatchet or axe or something for cutting wood?
I might have hand axe on me, but nothing really big.
I have a bone saw.
Why do you have a... I don't even want to know.
Hey, I got a surgeon's kit. What if one of you lost your little legs?
I think Cash
Then
looks at Eleanor with like,
Want to know.
And Eris looks at Eleanor with like newfound respect.
yes.
We... Don't ruin your bone saw. Kaiden, can I just borrow it? I'll give it back to you.
I mean, I've got plenty of other thrown weapons on me. You can take this one. I'll toss you a hand axe.
Oh, toss it! Wow.
Gentle toss, not a sling. See,
Oh yeah. He takes it and starts goes over to said tree and starts chopping away.
the hand axe, though. The blade is like yay big.
Yeah, give me a survival check.
Okay.
Oh. But first, let's have a private moment, shall we?
What?
Oh, not now?
With private
Good.
moment, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah?
If you want to do it now. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought you wanted to do it now, and then you hesitated, so now I'm not sure.
No, yeah, no.
Now?
Okay, bye.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's just fine. Iris, what's up? What's your brain saying?
Taking his axe, he's probably gonna go a little harder on the tree to try and like break it, or at least not make it usable.
Like blunting the hell out of it, like deliberately taking bad swings.
Well, with that roll, yeah. Probably.
I mean, that'd still make a complicated check, even though it's a critical fail. So it definitely suits.
Just as long as it breaks the tree, obviously falls the right way, doesn't go down the ravine.
Yeah, like I think
But
you'll get over halfway through, like maybe even like 3/4 to like 4/5, and you can tell the tree's gonna go any minute. And literally on the last one before you realize that, you feel the axe handle come loose, and you know that the splint holding the blade to the haft has broken.
but it still looks whole, or is it just
It looks
falling apart?
blunt as all heck, but it's still holding together. And if you try and swing it, the axe head's likely to come flying off. You can push the
Alright.
tree over at this point, though.
Yeah, you'd probably just push the tree over and then kind of, yeah, hand it back.
Okay. Do you want to go back?
Mhm.
We should make a game out of that, like the nose game from
Wow.
last season.
The little giggle laugh is like terrifying coming back
What?
with one of those.
Ow.
Sorry. So Reese walks off towards this tree with a hand axe, not the best tool, but you hear them sort of grunting and generally sounding unhappy. And then towards the end, rather than continuing to cut the tree, they more just like push it over. And Kaiden, they hand you back a very blunt-looking hand axe.
Well, I mean, good on you. That looked like it did the job. I'm impressed.
Right. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I've got others. Pocket it, or not pocket it, put it back on my belt.
Right. And he goes back over and starts dragging the tree, tries to push it across, then cover the length of the... Try to find like a smaller area so that at least he knows it's going to touch on both sides and be secure.
Yeah.
Is that another... Please, no. I'm not rolling great.
Give me another survival check, please.
You have advantages, I believe.
You.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'll use an advantage. I wanted to save some for combat, but screw it, you know. Not that I need it.
Hey. So, you get this tree all the way across, and with the high survival roll, you can tell that even though this is secure, it's kind of bendy in the middle. It's going to be a complicated or it's going to be a difficult check to try and walk across this tree. To crawl will be standard.
Might want to try the rope trick again to make it easier, if possible. Who wants to go first? I will, but it would be better somebody who has better balance, maybe?
Should the lighter folks go first, maybe, so we don't
I
stress
can
the
go.
tree? Oh, the volunteer.
Just tie this rope around your middle, and I'll hold the other end in case you fall.
Okay. Cash does it.
Who ties the knot?
Oh God, no! I just hand her the one end of the rope, and I'm just like, "That's for you."
Okay. So I guess Casual does it.
I mean, I'll try to help, but
Do you have a specific skill in knot tying?
no.
No.
Wait, no, I don't think I do. I'm like 90% certain I do, but I have to look.
Then I think this will be a straight craft roll.
Oh, wait, I'm good at that. I say before I roll really poorly. As is Kaiden's luck.
Not too bad. Seems secure.
Okay. Right, I think it should be good now.
Thanks.
I'll be holding this end. And he kind of wraps it around his arm and braces again.
Yeah. And then Cash is gonna attempt this.
Are you walking or crawling?
Oh, crawling for surezies.
Unless you can convince me otherwise, I think this will be a feats roll.
Sure, I don't have a finished character sheet, but I'm gonna roll it anyway.
So this is a standard check.
Yeah.
Cash, you get maybe a third of the way across when you feel the wind take this log and it just sort of rolls a little and you get the urge to freeze.
I do. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna just hug it. Yeah.
Cashel has stopped.
You okay out there?
It rolled.
Reese will step over and put his foot on the end to secure it.
You want me to do it since you're prisoner? That way, if anything happens, it's not both you and the log that goes.
Sure.
Kaiden will hold down the side of the log.
Why don't you make me another roll, Cash?
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm going to gift you my advantage.
Thank you, because I don't have any yet.
I know.
No.
Okay.
Oh
It was a valiant effort, my
It was
friend.
nice knowing you, Cash. It was
And
really
Renee's
nice knowing
character
you.
dies in 30 minutes.
There's a rope. Hold on. There's a rope. So long as Reese does not hate me that much.
Casual,
No.
as you start to carry on moving, that very rope which is holding you has become snagged on a branch behind you.
Oh no. Okay, so now I'm like trying to shimmy backwards.
Say, Cash, maybe we can undo it from here. And I like try to look for a stick to help lift the rope off the branch.
Shaking the rope.
So as Reese is
Fun.
shaking,
Aren't you having
No,
fun?
no.
thank you very much, Durza, who has come in and given Kashel an advantage.
Thank you.
Much needed, much appreciated. So yeah, Cash, as you move again, you just can't get ahead. Eleanor, if you'd like to help with a stick, what kind of roll would you like to roll to help?
You know, I really wish there was a kindness roll in this because she would kick ass at it, but I will do my new 3 feats. Is that a feat?
I think it could be a feat, yeah. Makes sense to me.
It's a mystery where she found this stick, so it could be a Demorphin mystery.
Oh my god.
They just stop hitting the log with the stick, trying to shake the rope free. Cashel, there's no way you can move. No way.
Oh my god.
And
Okay.
this has been a little while. It's starting to get dark.
Eris is gonna go help.
Eris, as you step out onto the log, you can feel it creaking. Do you walk or do you crawl? How confident
Crawl.
you feel it?
Because she's worried about the weight.
Crawl it is.
You don't have a rope secured on you, do you?
Nope. It's getting dark, and there are beasties on this side of the river of the ridge. I'm gonna use my advantage.
Your thing. Standard is good. You can get out towards Cashel. You feel the log bending as it sags in the middle. But with that feats roll, not only can you crawl out, you can free up the rope. And you and Cashel are now together on this log bridge.
I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Yeah, this is
This
so
is
much fun.
fun.
I can't even handle it. And I think Eris is gonna like sit, basically like straddle this log so that she's like very secure, and she's gonna look at Cash and just be like, "Okay, you keep going, because if we both keep going, this thing's gonna snap in the middle."
Okay. Cash
And
will
I
start.
will be here to keep the rope like from getting entangled again.
Okay.
I
Like
like
roll
you.
with some kind of bonus.
I will give you a +1. Whatever you roll, we'll add 1 to it.
Thank you. Shall we go?
Go for it. Give me that feats roll. So on a 9,
The highest I've rolled so far.
it's just slow going. Okay, Cashel makes it across, but it takes like half an hour to get across this 30-foot gap. We're talking like a foot a minute. So slow. So many times they stop and like grab it, And Eris, you have to kind of come forward again at one point and help out because they just can't move. And as this is happening, Reese, Kaiden, and Alienor, you hear a snap behind you of a twig.
Fuck.
Kaiden, that
Behind you, there stands a man. Dark. With like a skull-like helmet on, with horns sticking out of the side.
Fuck.
As he sees the three of you, he draws a longsword.
Alright,
It looks
Alienor,
like-
get back.
Can everyone make me a speed roll, please?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
ooh,
Where is that?
it's on the right underneath combat and defense, but there's no roll thing. Do you want us to just roll?
Well, this is the thing. We have a choice, actually, and I think it makes sense, actually, that we just go in speed order, actually. I think the person who is the fastest goes first. That makes a lot of sense. So why don't you all just tell me your speeds?
11.
11.
13.
13?
Yep.
Eris and Cash, you can do as well.
9.
7.
Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Kaiden's fast.
May I have a quick moment with Kaiden?
Okay.
This is your moment. You know it. You're a fighter.
Yeah.
You know it.
Uh-huh.
You can prove to everyone why you are here right now.
I'm gonna download. I want to be useful. I don't want them to throw me away, mainly.
Okay, you ready to go back? Any questions?
Armor-wise, again, I guess same question always, so I recognize it.
What armor? Is that armor? It just looks dark and like gnarled, like branches twisted.
Okay, nope. Kaiden is ready to get back. Kaiden is gonna prove himself, or he's gonna damn well try. Or die trying, actually.
Okay, let's get everyone back. Okay,
So you one-shot it, right?
on everyone's turn, you get to tell me what kind of combat attitude you have going in. We can discuss it if you wish, but essentially you have a choice of being you have a choice of being you have the resolution of action where you want to be no, hang a minute. You get to choose your attitude. You have defensive, attacking. You have offensive or defensive, essentially, attitudes.
Yeah, isn't it? I think based on the character sheet, it's just like there's like a standard and there's offensive and defensive.
That's correct, yes. So, Kaiden, at the start of your turn, what is your attitude?
Offensive. I want to get this over with as quickly as possible.
Okay. What do you do?
I grab one of the knives from my belt, and one of the daggers, and it is out of sheer habit at this point. Just fling it.
Make me an attack roll.
How do I do that?
Should be... we haven't added weapons. That's fine. Just give me a throwing and archery roll.
Shooting and
Dagger's 1 damage.
okay. I have an advantage, yeah?
You do? You have
All right,
3,
I
in
mean-
fact. Or 4, maybe.
God, Kaiden needs it. I'm gonna use one.
Okay.
3 yards, throwing distance, 1 damage.
There we go.
You throw the dagger. It hits the creature directly in the head with a thunk. The creature does not react.
Right.
Reese, you're currently holding the rope. Cash and Eris aren't quite off the log yet.
I'm going to keep holding the rope, more of a defensive stance.
Defensive attitude, I think.
Take out the claymore in the other hand, and just signal, like, look to Alienor, get across there now, and just hold his position, like trying to be in front of Alienor and give her a way out. Is Hope still on our side too?
Hope is still on your side, yes. If you were to guess, you'd say they've taken the offensive stance.
Okay. I'm just making sure this guy cannot get to the rope or the people crossing.
Okay.
And you wait until this thing comes closer, if anything, because he can't reach it now, I assume.
So, shall we go to Alienor's turn then? Alienor, what is your attitude going into this encounter?
Well, for starters, just throw out like Eleanor's brain is just like the curse word, like block out, like bleep 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 bleep. Like, and as soon as Reese is like, get across the bridge, she's like, all right, and looks to see, because I don't want to break it, so I start to walk across and kind of have a hand on the rope, just as like.
Well, this is the thing. Cash and Eris aren't quite across yet. They're most of the way there. You could hold onto the rope, but it's currently tied to Cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's more of like if they fall, or if I fall, I might, you know what, it's just bad. I might take them with me, but it's my first instinct is to hold the rope as I walk.
Are you trying to walk then to go faster? You can tell crawling, you'll probably need to make a few rolls in combat to get across. Walking would reduce that.
I'm gonna try to walk just because I'm like so freaked out by this like thing behind me, but I'm going to use advantage.
Okay.
Beats, right?
Beats it is. Unless you happen to have balancing as a focus.
Mm-hmm. So that's the first one. Oh
my god, you double crit successed? Okay.
Wow.
So the
It does a body good.
The Morphin Mysteries.
The Morphin Mysteries. Well, a double crit brings you up to a 17, which was exactly the number you needed to make a difficult check. So, Alienor, you start running across this log, making, you know, Cashel and Eris's, like, half an hour extravaganza, you know, seem a little folly, until you get to nearly the middle, when you hear a loud crack.
Run faster?
Next round, let's go to Cash's turn. Cash, the end of the log is like less than 10 feet away.
Yeah, my attitude in this combat is get the fuck across the log.
Perfect. Would you like to make me a feats roll?
Sure, yeah.
You do have an advantage as well.
I do. But that wasn't that terrible.
And with Eris helping you, I said I'd give you the extra 1, which makes that an 11.
Thank you, Eris, for the +1 forward.
So with this thing, you can sort of like scoot a little faster than you have been, and you get across the log. You are now on the other side with the rope around your person.
Whoa!
Eris, it's your turn.
Yeah.
So how far am I across?
I would say you last sort of helped Cash in the middle, but you too heard like creaking, maybe not a crack, and maybe would have just stopped moving until they were off. So you've got about 15 feet to clear. You also have an
Cash-
advantage.
And Eleanor's like right behind me, chugging away.
Yeah, Eleanor's like right behind you. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, I'm just gonna like dive for the end.
And you do have an advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
With an 11, it's not so much a run as like a
I imagine like a literal dive. Like,
yeah. 11 isn't the best. So you land like sort of on the end of the log, sort of with your legs dangling into the ravine, one arm on the edge, the other arm on the log. Cash is right there. We go on to Hope's turn.
Oh, she's last.
Hope draws a sword from her side. We know axes are often preferred up this way, but she does draw a sword. But she very much looks like she's about to get offensive, sees the dagger, strike it in the head, and it not do anything, and immediately switches to defensive. She says, Reese, tie off the rope. Tie it off. Somewhere. Anywhere. Tie off the rope. Get across the rope.
Okay.
And she stands near Reese with the with blade out in a defensive stance. Hello, Kaiden.
Ah, that's terrifying. Right,
Hang on. Hold your horses.
It didn't go.
The creature moves towards you, sword drawn,
Oh no!
and goes to slash at you.
Cool.
Can you please roll me close combat if you have defense or some other relevant discipline?
I have a specialization in evasion.
Evasion would work. Can you please roll me that?
You know what? I'm not going to do an advantage. We're going to do this one. I'm going to take this.
You've got like 3 advantages.
I don't care.
Oh, you don't care. You can it as you see this thing coming. I would like another private moment with Kaiden. Kaiden, you see this thing walking towards you, and you sort of enter this sort of like fighting mode that you haven't been in for a very long time. Fight or flight, you know? You assess it as it's walking towards you. It's walking funny. When it drew its sword, it was kind of stiff. It was like a person who's never used their body before.
Oh.
As it goes to swing at you, you find with that 17 evasion, you can dodge out of the way easily. You can see the move was telegraphed. The blade goes flashing like it would have been a lethal cut if you didn't see it coming. And you see an opportunity to disarm.
Oh, hell, I'm gonna take that opportunity.
So I think we should do that where everyone can hear, because it'll impress the fuck out of them. But that will be a close combat check as well.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to do, Kaiden?
As a duck under its arm, I'd like to try and get around it and just wrench the sword from him.
Okay. Do you have any disciplines that would help you with that?
I don't suppose evasion would work here again, would it?
No, you'd be more looking at like unarmed or even swords to know how to bend it.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. Give me a straight close combat then.
I'm gonna use my advantage here.
As the sword slashes across you, and you grab the hilt, you can peel it out of its hand. and you now have its sword.
Cool. Can I do anything else?
It happens to be your turn.
How close is it to the edge?
Not that close. So the edge is here. You've got Eleanor's run across, Reese here, Hope in front of them, and then you with the creature.
How close is it between those? Or is it the Hope, Reese, and the bridge, and the creature? How close in between?
You're currently keeping the thing about 10 feet away from them.
I'm gonna take the sword I just grabbed from him and just like try and cleave this thing in half.
Roll me a close combat with swords if you have it.
I do not have it. Do I have one more advantage though?
You have 2 advantages.
Oh, sweet. I will use one right now.
That 12, you hit the creature. Bright light appears where the blade touches it, like a searing fire, and the creature cries out in pain.
Alright, I think I found something. Everyone run!
Reese, it's your turn.
Working on it.
I do as Hope says and try to tie off the rope to something.
The closest thing is like a bush.
Oh god, a bush? Oh god. Is there like a big heavy rock I could quickly like lift up and jam the rope underneath?
Make me a survival roll.
About 16.
No, but you've made this log near the bridge, and the stonework of the bridge is still there, and it's old.
If I could tie it off somewhere to the bridge or underneath one of those rocks, maybe. Yeah.
Yes. So, what would you like to do?
If there's no solid piece to the bridge that I can fit the rope around, I'll just stick it underneath the thing. But I prefer to tie it to the bridge itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you can do that then. You tie it to the bridge. You see a good spot with that survival check. You're happy that this rope isn't going to go anywhere. You're a hiker. You know how this works. Okay. You've secured the rope.
Get across now. Go.
Who are you speaking to?
Hope, because she's the closest to the rope.
Okay. Hope it is.
And still defensive at this point.
Still defensive. Eleanor, it's your turn next.
To clarify, everyone's still on the log, right? They're just closer to the other end.
Cash is across.
Cash
Okay.
made it off.
Eris is currently dangling on the opposite edge. You're in the middle. And Reese is trying to send Hope across. Thank you very much for the raid, Quintastic. Thank you so much. Welcome in. We do have certain warnings and things for this game, so I will put them in chat now. But yeah, you're in the middle. The log has cracked. I think the last thing you said was you're going to run for your life.
Do I have another advantage?
You do. You have to.
Okay, I'm going to run again with advantage.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
This is why we send people across with rope.
I still have that rope in my hand, though, as I was running across.
Eleanor, as you are running across the bridge, you trip. One hand catches a branch, the other is holding that rope firmly. The rope goes taut. Cash, it's still tied around your waist. I need you to make me a something. Either feats, or if you have anything to do with strength or anything like that.
Both of us?
Just you.
Just me. Okay.
Cash,
Can I use my advantage?
I will let you do it. I would ask you to call before you roll in future, but I'll let you do it this time.
Okay, that's completely valid, yeah. Ah.
Oh, with an 18, you muster your strength, and I think maybe it causes you to like pull, and you might even have to sit down and dig in.
Oh,
But
yeah, for sure.
you can hold Alienor.
Cash is just like sitting on the ground like
I almost pulled them off. All right, I guess I'm just holding on, right, for like dear life.
Yeah, you're like 5 feet away from the edge. Because you were running and fell forwards, so... Eris is dangling in front of you. Cash is ahead. Cash, it's your turn.
my turn is I'm just holding us up as best I can.
I think
That's
I'll
my plan.
keep the same roll for you,
Thank you.
but you slide 1 foot closer to the edge during this
Yep.
turn.
Okay.
Eris!
I mean, I'm dangling for my life, so I guess the only thing I can do is try and pull myself up at this point.
Well, yeah, you could also roll feats to try and clamber up. You're essentially across, and, you know, there's a rope right there attached to a cashel whose foot is also right there. So
I'm gonna not grab the delicately perched person holding multiple people's lives in their hands. I will try and pull myself up.
Okay, give me a
By
feat
my
roll.
bootstraps. And fail.
Yeah, you're like, it doesn't get any worse, okay? It doesn't get any worse, but you can sort of see the situation with Alienor and Cash, and, you know, if you did grab hold,
I'm not doing it.
you might be able to do it, but also you might upset that delicate balance.
I'm a strong, independent pain in the ass. I'm going to just continue to dangle.
Hope runs onto the log. She runs. She gets halfway across, no problem. The log creaks every step she takes. Kaiden.
It's the creature's turn, isn't it?
The creature's jaw dislocates like a snake. And it surges forward, trying to bite you.
Nope.
Would you like to make me an evasion roll?
Yep. Ugh. It's a pretty bad roll for evasion for me.
As I hastily look at things. Yeah. That hits you, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The tooth sinks deeply into your shoulder. The one that does not hold the sword. You lose 5 points of health.
Oh shoot! What is my health? I didn't look at that
I
before.
have no idea what her like health is.
Is
Okay.
everyone rapidly checking their health?
Is that health condition correct?
No, because my character sheet isn't done. There's no point.
Yes, it would be health condition.
Oh, okay. I think 5 points.
5 points, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fine. It's actually pretty okay.
The jaw stays on you. You feel a warm tingling as some sort of fluid is on you. You feel itchy, sticky, hot, fiery, all at once. And it's your turn.
Is my sword still in this creature?
You only glanced across them as you tried to stab it last time and revealed this light like a slash, but it seems to hurt it.
Cool. I'm taking another big swipe at it. I'm trying. Can I determine? No, I mean, I was gonna say, can I determine what would end this quickly? But then I realized, no, I threw a dagger at its face and nothing happened. So I'm gonna try and like lop its
There
head
was
off, but
no
I-
light when the dagger hit it.
Yeah. I am going to try and, if I can, I'm going to try and lop its head off.
Give me a close combat roll.
I'm going to use my last advantage. I do have a bloodlust advantage, right?
You do.
Oh my gosh.
With the 12, you bury your blade deeply in its neck. It cries in pain and releases your shoulder, recoiling.
I'm going to stay in front of it as much as possible. I've got the thing that can kill it.
Intense pain in your shoulder as it rips out. Please lose another 2 health points.
Cool.
Next,
Reese, run!
Reese. Hope is halfway across. You can see Eris, Cash, and Alienor are having a bit of a hard time of it at the other end.
Well, yeah, but my weight's not going to help that situation at all.
This is true.
Alright, he's going to go over to this thing now that the rope's secured and everything. Is there a way that we could, like, I could, like, grab it forcefully and, like, push it towards the cliffside or the bridge?
You would like to take the ram by the horns?
Essentially, grab it by, like, the top of its head and try to, like, yank it away and throw it.
Eat it off the couch.
I'm gonna yeet this bitch so hard. This bitch creepy. Yeet!
Okay. Do you have anything to do with strength? Is there anything here that you would like to use?
I mean, I got close combat. That's about all it. Or feats.
I feel like it's going to be more feats.
Okay. It's the same for either, but... Shit. 8.
So, as you grab hold of this horn and try to start wrenching it, you feel the head move strangely as you try to pull it, and you just feel its neck dislocate. Like, with no force at all, really.
That's not normal.
And the jaw opens once more.
Get that away from you.
Can I do the whole, like, small kid can't reach big brother, hold it at bay? Hand on the forehead?
For now.
At least it's focused somewhere else, I guess. Still defensive, I guess.
Eleanor!
So, can I get across that 5 feet pretty easily?
Well, you have two choices. You can either try to grab hold of the log and then skim across. You could try and grab hold of the rope and skim across. Or actually, there is a third choice. You could just monkey bar with the log and the rope and just climb Eris.
Yeah, you know, just whatever. Is there a path that just clearly seems the safest, or is it like just no? As I'm over this ravine.
I feel like the monkey bars and up Eris is the safest for you.
I think I'm just gonna like hold on to the rope, like let it glide through my hand as I like run across for the last 5 feet. Run and jump kind of, trying to just get onto it.
Okay, so... Sorry, describe it one more time.
So I have the rope in a hand and I'm letting it, like, I'm not firmly gripped, I'm letting it glide through, but if I fall, I can grip it as I just run and jump across this last 5 feet.
So first I'm going to need you to be able to climb back onto the log then.
Oh, I'm like fully off. I thought it was like...
No, you're like...
Dangling.
Oh, shit.
This is what I mean. You have the choice of getting on the log and going across, getting on the rope and going across, or just trying to monkey bar it and getting hold of Eris.
I'm digging my feet into the floor, and I accidentally, one of them just slipped and kicked the wall.
This is very intense for all of us.
Okay,
Nothing like method acting.
Monkey bar across. I'll try not to grab Eris. I'll try to just like grab the cliff part and drag myself up like she's doing.
Okay. So give me a feats roll, please.
I'm gonna use my last advantage.
Did you look at that? I managed to use up nearly all of your advantages in one encounter.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, needed.
As you start to monkey bar across, it goes well until the last branch breaks and you fall into Eris, whom I will let you not roll for. You grab them around the waist. So now the pair of you are hanging.
Oh, hey, Eris.
Cashel, the pressure comes off the rope.
Okay, that's nice.
I keep having a plan and then terrible things keep happening. Like, literally, I have a plan.
I tried so hard not to take you down with me, too.
Well, next is Cashel.
Okay, so Cash is just gonna, like, scramble back as much as possible away from the edge.
Thanks.
Yep, you can do that. You can probably scramble back about 3 or 4 feet.
Does the rope go taut again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna anchor with whatever I can, like dig in my feet. If there's like a rock in the ground or something, like anything, and like have this, it's not so tight that it's like pulling because I don't want to inconvenience them, but it's just like prepared to pull tight as soon as I need to, if I can.
Well, no one at the moment is on the rope.
Okay.
You also have a second rope. You have about a 10-foot piece. It's sitting right there at your hip, and you can see Eris is struggling.
Is there anything to tie it to?
Give me a survival check.
Sure.
Or natural environment.
I mean, they're the same. Oh, there's not a survival.
There is nothing around, but they're close enough that you could throw it and try and pull and help them.
So the other rope is taut. What is it attached to?
Reese tied it off to the bridge.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Then yes, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to anchor myself and toss them one end of the rope that I have.
Okay. This will make their rolls easier.
Thank you.
Hey, Eris. Cashel throws a rope towards you as Alianor's weight slams into your back, pressing you against the wall. You begin to slide down before you get your grip again.
I had such a plan. It was a really good one, too.
I believe it.
I believe it.
It involved cool shit, guys. I'm so sad. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab this rope for literally my life.
Give me a feats roll. +2. Hey! That's a 13. That's not bad.
Not bad. That's not bad.
Alienor is surprisingly light. You are able to climb up and pull Alienor up too. Both of you are safe.
Do I have enough time to do one other thing?
Probably.
Can I grab the Magiance item that I have on me and toss it at Cash? And tell them
Oh!
how many red flux they should load it and point it?
They toss a tube towards you, Cash.
Okay.
My flashlight.
You recognize it as a nebula, but it clearly has two functions.
Yeah.
If you have any of that red flux, just stick it in there and point it at the thing. that's all Eris knows how to use it. That's as good as it's gonna get.
After Eris, it's Hope. Flies across the bridge, lands next to you. She looks a little flustered and immediately turns back to look at Reese. She sits down actually next to Cash and says, I'll take the rope. I'll take the rope.
Okay. Yeah. Cash gives it to her. And then scrambles with the flux at their waist.
Reese and Kaiden.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Reese, do you have... What are your close combat specialities?
Swords and bludgeoning.
Okay, so not like wrestling or evasion or...
Not really, no.
Okay, cool.
It's too big for evasion. He always just blunt force. Always beat in the end.
Can you please make me then a close combat roll as the creature's arm flashes out towards your midsection? You're able to avoid it.
Ah! It's that long reach.
Yeah. Or maybe even like if you like push it down so its arms just can't get to you. Either way, you've managed to stop it from being able to really do anything to you.
Take the claymore and kind of like dig it into the back of its neck and push it down into the ground, knee against the back. Do you mind killing this thing now?
I'm trying.
Its head turns 180 degrees to face you. The legs come up backwards, as do the arms, as it contorts backwards to start clasping at you.
Will you just stab this thing?
Can I stab the thing?
Kaiden, why don't you stab the thing?
I'm gonna stab the thing. Do I get any advantage or any bonuses because Reese is holding it, or?
No. It's contorted itself into a defensive position.
No.
Fine. I don't have any more advantages. Frick.
I can gift one.
You could gift one.
I can gift one.
A little too late. I already pressed the button. So.
You can gift it. They called it as you rolled it.
Okay.
I was trying to get it out quick.
Okay. Do you mind? Can I take the advantage?
Do it. Do it. Go
Do the advantage.
Ah, I just want to clarify. Okay.
We're all so stressed.
The blade slams into the head. The mask comes free of the body. The head comes away.
Does it stop?
The arms and legs begin to thrash.
Oh god.
Can I kick it away? Can I kick it away from Reese?
Sure, you can kick it.
Kick the head. It's now kickball.
Reese, it's your turn. It feels more like chicken with its head cut off than like actually being functional right now. You know, like the body's just moving.
Oh god. He's gonna push off of it and basically just put as much distance between him and the thing as he can.
You want to stop climbing?
Yeah, hold on to that sword. We're gonna need that. Go, get across there.
No, oh, you first. If this thing gets up, I'm the only one who can kill it.
Fuck. Alright, he turns and he bolts.
Are you trying to walk?
I'll be careful because I've heard a lot of cracking and it's not good.
You're gonna just crawl instead? It'll take longer.
No, not crawling. He'll walk, but it's a deft walk, if that's possible.
Okay. Well, 17 is the difficulty.
Oh.
Beats.
Alright. Oh, do I want to use my last advantage? It is literally the last one out of everybody's.
I would say yes to it.
I feel like I'm gonna be really impressed with Scrat.
Alright, last advantage. Oh, I got a success!
You did, and the critical success gives you the extra 2, which is 17. You get halfway across the bridge. There is an almighty crack from the log.
Fuck. Okay.
You feel it sag dramatically. In fact, those of you who are looking now can see, you know when a log's breaking and it's holding by like the flesh and bark on one side only?
Oh god. Fuck. No slowing down. No slowing down. There's no slowing down at this point. It's run. It's run.
Run. Okay, cool. Well, after Reese, it's Eleanor's turn. Eleanor, you're safe. Reese isn't.
I'm safe. Ish. Is there? So I see Kaden across the way. Obviously, I see everyone but Kaden there. Is there? The head's on the ground.
The head's on the ground. Kaiden's just kicked it away. The body is, now that Reese is off it, is starting to stand.
I'm not very good at it, but I do have a bow, and if I feel like there's a decent gap where I won't probably shoot my friend.
You could move away a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing I could do is like, I'm just like, okay, I'll try to help from a distance. This is it, yay. Kaiden does not trust me right now.
No,
and
Kaiden does not.
I want to pew pew.
Pew pew.
All right. Is that offensive or standard?
Well, are you feeling pretty offensive right now? Or are you just trying to help out?
Just trying to help out, so probably standard then, right?
Standard, yeah. Hey. In comes that shot. The arrow comes across and strikes the creature, like, right where the heart would be on a normal person.
2 damage.
The creature doesn't seem to notice.
Oh.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured.
Just yell across. Alright, Kaiden, I think I really took it down for you.
Cash! You have a tube!
I do. I do have a tube, and I have flux, and I think I'm gonna use it.
We'll call this shooting.
Okay. Gosh.
Or, if you prefer, actually, what Magiance focuses do you have?
I don't know. I am unprepared, admittedly.
Okay.
I'm good at Magiance. That's all I know.
Okay. I suspect you probably have at least a 5 base in Magiance, right?
Yes. Is that yes?
Let's go with it. Make sure there's a 5 in that and then roll us a Magiance.
Okay, good, because I definitely wrote it in wrong. I had it in bonus, but I do have a 5 for sure.
Okay. With a 14, Cashel puts the flux in the tube, turns and points the tube at the creature, looks for the button, finds it, presses the button. There is an almighty bang. The 3 of you on that side of the river are immediately deafened.
Oh shit.
Cashel flies backwards 5 feet. Reese, you feel a rush of air pass you. The shot hits this creature, and a hole about 1.5 feet across appears in its torso.
Lord. Hell.
And it falls.
Did it work? And Eris watches this and she's like, frick yeah.
What?
Like, she looks so excited right now, and she should not, because she just almost died, but she's so pumped.
Cash is looking pretty thrilled too, for sure.
Eris, it's your turn. You can't hear. You've got like that loud ringing, especially in the ear closest.
I think the first thing she like stands up and like, yeah. And like turns to Cash like, that was so cool.
Yeah. Like high five.
Oh yeah, high five. And then goes over to help Hope with the rope to help give extra weight, and tells Riss to use it. Or did Riss already get it all the way across?
Reese is halfway across.
Not across. Yeah. So Eris is trying to help Hope hold the rope, give it as much weight as possible so that Reese can kind of use it to get across and be safe.
Certainly. We will give bonuses to Reese's across thing. Oh yeah, Hope got there as well. Hope is also deafened.
Yeah. And Eris is still talking even though nobody can hear her. She's like, that was so cool! Like, I didn't know it. I really wanted to see what that thing did.
Although, if any of you had looked at her before the shot went off, as Cashel lifted up the tube, she winced before it went off. Like, she wished she had her hands free. Like, you know, the sort of like when someone knows a loud noise is about to happen and they sort of...
Oh.
But they're holding on to something. She carries on holding on to the rope. Kaiden, your turn. Reese is halfway across. That log looks pretty broken.
Alright. I'm going to first give this creature one last good stab just to make sure it's not coming back up.
Light still appears where you stab. As you look, you can see that hole in its chest is growing like sped up foliage as it goes to cover the hole.
The hole is like consuming the rest of the body?
The hole is filling slowly from the edges. However, as you look around, where you have stabbed it, it is not growing.
What is this thing? Is it not moving?
It's not moving.
Can I drop it off the edge?
Sure.
I take this thing, I literally like stab it with the sword, lift it up on the edge of the sword, and then just like huck it off the edge of the ravine.
Down it goes. You can watch it as it tumbles and spins and eventually lands in the water.
Alright, I have no clue what this is. I don't have a sheath for it, but I'm gonna like stuff the sword into like one of the belts strapped on my back and kind of secure it. And then look over at the bridge that is falling apart and just wait. I'm not testing that rope.
Do you yeet the helmet as well?
Yes!
Okay, so you yeet the head into the same ravine as the body.
Yeet the head into the ravine. I yeet every bit of this that could possibly get up. I just stab it and just off. Goodbye.
Okay. Reese, it's your turn.
We're going across the bridge. It's gonna snap underneath me, but
roll with a +4.
Oh, with a +4. Beats again?
Beats again.
Oh,
with a +4, that's 17.
that's 17.
You make it across. You run across. The log does not break. Can I assume that Alienor, Cash, and Eris are just going to be holding the rope and trying to support?
Reese will help as well.
Then let's go next to Kaiden's turn, if we don't mind, just to speed things up.
Before I go across, can I have a private chat?
Certainly. Shoot.
That thing bit me in my left shoulder.
Yes.
I want to check the damage, or more of like, I want to just assess the damage.
It needs seeing too.
How close is it to the brand?
You know, if you're trying to protect the brand, that's good, because it hasn't broken it. The brand's sitting there clear as day.
Brand's sitting there clear as day. But it's more of, if I have to get the shoulder bite checked out, they're going to notice it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In terms of the... This is giving you a knife. How bad is it affecting my strength and ability to hold on to things?
Test your arm. It hurts to clench.
Oh. Fuck. Okay. And then the sticky, hot feeling. Is that still there?
Yeah. You can already see green pustules forming around it. It needs looking at.
All right. Kaiden is going to just shift the whatever belt I have just to try and cover it as much as possible and keep my face as solid and still as possible. And I'm gonna, we'll get it run back so I can climb across.
Okay.
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 All right.
Kaiden, Are you crawling or running?
It hurts. So if I can only grip with one hand, I can't use my other arm. I have to walk.
I mean, you could probably grip, like, hug around. If anything, it only hurts to grip like that. So you could still grip like that around and, like, shimmy. But gripping the rope might not give you as much of a benefit.
But the log looks like it's gonna break, and I don't want to rely on that log. So, is there any way I can I shimmy, but with like my good hand on the rope and just kind of like butt scooch?
You can, but the way that the log and the bridge are, like, obviously Reese, Cash, and Eris, they're holding the rope as close to that log as they can. But this end is tied off to the bridge, so you need to make at least a small dash without support to be able to hold onto the rope. Unless you want to do like a horizontal, like, you know, shimmy thing.
I'm gonna do carefully as possible because that thing's hopefully not coming back. Carefully as possible, crawl across the log until I can get to the rope. And then, like, try and get my arm over the rope as I crawl. So, like, it's, like, caught underneath here.
Okay.
So if I fall, I've got something.
Roll me a feats. Should have run.
Should have run. Dang it.
You can, because of the magnitude of that crit, I'm going to say you get halfway across. Okay? You get halfway across to the center, and you've got the rope there. Everything's going swimmingly. Give me another feats check.
I'm waiting for the duality of roll 20. It's been kind to me.
Wow. A second crit?
Kayan is meant to cross this bridge.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's more that as the log breaks, you're able to grab the log or the rope, either one. Which one would you like?
Well, as the log breaks and falls, can I grab the rope?
Hey,
Is it possible?
They might be able to hold on to the log for you, you know?
Are y'all holding onto the log for me?
I mean, right now, most of us are holding on to the rope.
Holding the rope, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I grab the rope.
Kaiden
Cash
grabs
just
hold
went
of the
big.
rope and is suspended.
It's like tucked under my arm, and I'm kind of like that. Like, whoa.
Reese,
Yes.
you know the worst sound you could possibly hear right now.
There's a lot of worse sounds, but go ahead. Is there shit behind us again?
You hear another bang, quieter. And then another bang, quieter again. And then another bang, quieter again. And then a loud rumbling. As you look up the mountain and see the snow starting to shift. That's where we're going to end this week's session.
No!
My bad.
Oh,
We just had a Mulan moment! God damn it, guys!
I'm so proud of us.
Why?
So, we do have credits, but I'm not going to run them this week because Renee's not in them yet.
What? I mean, you can still run them.
No, because I want to go around and say hello and see how we're all feeling after that intense
Oh,
game.
God.
So, why don't we start this time with Kayla? Kayla, how you doing?
Oh, God. Tense. It's a thing. Yeah. Oh, my God. It's just one problem on top of another. God. Ah! Okay, I'm good.
Okay, so I'm getting frustration. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of frustration.
Iliuwu. Kelly, how about you?
I love that today we went on a walk and we crossed a log. That's what we accomplished.
Killed something, I almost killed something.
And we yeeted a thing.
Yeah, we yeeted a thing. We chopped a thing. We yeeted two parts of the thing. Yeah, we got ourselves a small witch thing.
An adult.
I'm so excited.
Caleb has been asking for an adult for 2 weeks.
No! I regret my decisions. This is not the adult I was seeking.
This reminds me of a meme I posted like a week or so ago where like the party's praying for a healer and like, you know, the new player they bring in is diabolically rolling a warlock. Like
Yeah, that's about accurate.
Hey Renee. How you doing?
Hey, good. What are we saying? Or just like how we're feeling?
Yeah, just how we're feeling. If you want, you can plug because I don't have your stuff in the plug yet.
Hi, I'm Renee Rhodes. I'm going to probably be talking like this again the rest of the night. I am on Twitter. You can find me at RayDNR, where I post about a lot of things, including games, writing, and sushi. I do podcasts. So there's Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is family-friendly, actual play D&D, unlike Cash. And then there's also Edenfall, which is a podcast based on a Scratticus Academy stream called Eden. And I stream here. I used to say at least once a week, wink, but now I can actually say that I will be here twice a week, Mondays at this time, and Wednesdays running a viewer game of Weave mid-afternoon. So yes, I'm super excited, and I also write some things sometimes for the Patreon, so you can see me around.
Thank you very much, Renee. Mackenzie, how you feeling?
Wait, I forgot to say. I'm feeling great, by the way. So great. I'm so glad to be here. I've been waiting for this for so long, and playing with y'all is everything that I dreamed it would be on a Monday night. Okay, now I'm done.
Hi. My shoulder actually itches. That's panic. Heck. It was so much fun though. This was great. Kaiden did something, y'all. Kaiden tried and succeeded for once. It was great. Hi. Yeah, I'm Mackenzie Lane on Twitter. You can call me Mac. I'm the Scratticus Academy Gremlin. You can catch me here every week on Mondays at 10:30 p.m. EST to figure out what happens to Kaiden. Then you can also check me out tomorrow and Tuesdays at 10 p.m. EST for Apotheosis, which is the show I DM. It's exciting. I also write things, and you can buy my module I've been on DM's Guild for about $3. And it's about mental health and how we deal with the stigma about talking about it. So that's super exciting. I'm like short of breath. I was short of breath, y'all. This was a lot.
Thank you.
Mood.
Paige, hey.
I'm here. I'm alive.
For now, yeah.
I'm tumbles over ravine. It's so funny because it was so intense, but we really did just take a nap, take a walk, try to cross. Ravine.
And found a strange person in the woods, you know.
Very strange person.
I also might have killed something. Can we please not talk about the fact that I killed something, please? Yeah. Kaiden needs this.
Kaiden killed something. We don't know yet.
I found a cool sword.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then I almost took out Eris.
Casually.
Yeah, casually just got really close. Just really wanted to be a friend. Thought this was a good bonding moment.
Given that you were like right here earlier, like it just seemed right, you know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm great. Not tense at all.
Let's just skip ahead to next Monday, shall we? We're all
Just
gonna
right
time
now?
jump to next. Yes, right now.
Just right now, just do it.
Episode 4 starting
Wait till
now.
tomorrow
Let's
night.
go.
Okay.
That is definitely the raid cry from Kelly's mouth. I had a plan, but terrible things keep happening.
For tonight, no.
That is such a good raid cry. We are going to go on a raid. Please join us. Come and show some love. Let's go and represent. And thank you all very much for coming along tonight. We're going to run the credits and raid soon. Night night. Keep on evoking emotions. We'll see you tomorrow. Also, please check out the closing links as they come up, specifically my sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Burden the Storm Publishing, that I never forget because I love them. Please check out those links. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love.